This is Dolany TV, guys. A big welcome back to the Toronto Blue Jays franchise OSFM here in MLB The Show 18. I'm Tyson, of course. Trouble in paradise here in year number 3 with the Toronto Blue Jays. We've already traded Josh Donaldson. That was a big thing last episode. Well, now we're 32-41, and we got to just let the season take its course. Problem being, you take a look at the lineup here. Garrett Aker doing incredible things in the leadoff spot, up to an 80 overall. He is growing by the minute, it seems. Devon Travis still doing his thing. Kris Bryant, he needs to come of age here in Toronto. Of course, he had like 42 RBIs when we picked him up. 54, not even halfway through the season yet. So he's on pace to have just as good of a year as last year. Justin Smoke, 244 average. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a lot better than last year, honestly, in terms of production. Not quite the home runs and RBIs quite yet, but give him time, he'll get it done. Bo Bichette, Ken Labine doing the thing he does. 58 games, 42 RBIs, 257 average, pretty much entirely replacing the man Randal Grichuk. I mean, not the home run production, but the RBI production as well. Albert Almora Jr. pretty much replacing Kevin Pillar, and Luke Maile coming off the bench to have a major impact for us so far this season in the catching position. 266 batting average. Couple of things to take note of. One, Kelly has been promoted. That means Rowdy Tellez has been sent down to the minors just to get more seasoning, honestly. And Dwight Smith Jr. has been promoted, which means down there in AAA once again, after 73 at-bats, got him called up to the major leagues. Manny Delgado, who's 66 overall, at 18 years old. I'll take it. So guys, right now, what I want you to do, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. We're trying to hit 15 likes on every Blue Jays video I post. So let's get to that. The rotation in AAA looking good. Ryan Baraki, and you see he gets up to 76. We're bringing him in place of Sean Reed-Foley, who's 394 and just not finding his footing in the major leagues. Although Joe Biagini is starting to cruise a little bit here in the major league rotation. Anyone else you have to be aware of? Not really at all. Let's get on with today's episode. We need to get up and past the All-Star break. That's where we're trying to get to in year number 3. So let's get through this Detroit series. Chance to get it done. Bo Bichette, 13-game hitting streak, down 2-0. Guerrero Jr. and Kris Bryant on board. And we only get 1 run in this, so that's okay. 1 run, we at least get 1. Up 5-2 here. Bo Bichette, 14-game hitting streak, so he must have knocked in Kris Bryant, and we'll finish that one 5-2, so we get another victory. Now Marcus Stroman trying to close it out with a shutout in the bottom of the 9th. He will give up 3 runs, and we blow that one big time. That's a costly loss for Danny Barnes at that point. So LA and then Texas. Let's get through this AL West sweep here. And it's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. chance to do it in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nobody out, and we get it done. So that's a huge victory. Reese McGuire now available to come back in. We'll get him on the bench because he did nothing. He was batting like 210, if anything. Down 1 run, 1 out. Garrett Aker, we get it done. Kris Bryant gets us the 6-5 victory. Now Kris Bryant once again up to the plate against Alex Claudio. Believe it, we win 7-6. So we're playing some okay baseball. I mean, 4 wins, 4 losses. That LA series, like it's been a weird year. And I'm just kind of playing it out, letting the rookies grow, right? Garrett Aker now up to an 80 overall. His stats keep growing quite a bit. He's having a really good go, and you see a 297 average, not quite where he was last year, but same home runs, same RBIs, more stolen bases, but a lot more at-bats, so keep that in mind. It's a weird year. Devon Travis doing his thing. Kris Bryant, 18 homers, 56 RBIs. So Kris Bryant not quite driving in the production that he was earlier with Chicago Cubs before we traded for him. Justin Smoke, 8 homers, 31 RBIs. He's coming around. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 8 homers, 33 RBIs. So he's getting close to that mark of last year. He has, what, 34 hits to get 1 more home run and 10 more RBIs? Sounds doable. Well, you got Bo Bichette starting to struggle again. So it looks like for right now, we will go on and exchange our man Bo Bichette for Tommy Wells, who 65 contact versus right, but he's had a 267 batting average, so we might as well get him in there. We'll leave Bo Bichette to play against lefties and see what Tommy Wells can do. You say 2 homers, 11 RBIs, and 131 at-bats. He's doing okay. 2 and 4, Marcus Stroman, like the pitching staff, just not getting the job done. Carlos Rodon, we picked him up, made the big change. He really hasn't changed it up for us. And you see nobody really getting the job done. Sean Reid-Foley back to 3.98 ERA, and Joe Biagini fell, so we'll get Sean Reid-Foley in there, see if he can get the rotation going. And you see he's up to a 77, so eventually he'll figure it out the bullpen. While Shea Simmons and Sam Sims getting the job done for us. Danny Barnes screwing it. Yasiel Sierra getting it done, so we'll move Danny Barnes to the setup role, see if he can get it going. And it's just been a struggle of a season for Roberto Osuna, but when you're not winning ball games, what do you expect, right? That is the question. Juan Kelly 0 for 3. Dwight Smith Jr. homer, 2 RBIs, and a .43 batting average. So the bench kind of looking weaker at this point, but we'll keep it going and get into this past Atlanta on the road. Danny Jansen again pulled hamstring out 1 to 2 weeks. We'll put him on the 10-day DL and see what he can do. John Berdio 1 to 2 months with a broken ankle. So that now means we have to auto-fix the lineups down there in AA. We lose a couple of games, lose this one 2-1 against the Braves. Now all of a sudden all the injuries coming at once. Keep active Kyle Graves. Brewers 1 off for straight. That was a busy week in Toronto Blue Jays baseball. Sam Sims for Jonathan Villar. Now Jonathan Villar, C74 overall middle infielder, going down from a 78. He's angry. He wants to be an everyday player. He's got good speed, terrible contact, terrible vision. Don't think so. Sam Sims, a beauty of a reliever for us. So that Atlanta series, as my ear gets itchy and throws me off, top of the 9th, 2 outs, Bo Bichette, 3 for 3 off the bench. Home run, 5 RBIs. Can he get it done? You betcha. We win the game 9-8. And now go get 2 victories against Cleveland, and it's a chance to get Kevin Smith for Eric Pardino. And Kevin Smith, kind of that catcher depth, 72 overall. Nothing real special in terms of Kevin Smith. 4 homers, 9 RBIs, a .216 batting average. See, he's got good contact versus right and good vision. Don't need him. Don't need him at all. And we'll go through this Oakland series and reassess then. Chang, I don't know how to pronounce that, against Albert Almora Jr. Almora Jr. has an 11-game hitting streak. We'll lose that one 9-1 easily. Then all of a sudden, win this one 9-7. And now Oakland a chance to cough up a lead to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Can't get it done with nobody out and a man at second. 1 to 2 months for John Birdie. Had managed that. AAA All-Star game. Don't need to check that. Don't need to check that. PCL wins the AAA All-Star game and we lose 2 of 3 to the Oakland Athletics this season. Kind of a really lost season. You see 14.5 games back at this point. Just not finding our groove at all. The lineup kind of struggling. Garrett Aker, no RBIs whatsoever. 284 batting average. 290 for Devin Travis. He's getting RBIs. Chris Bryant, like, I honestly don't know what's going on with Chris Bryant here. He's putting up a 352 batting average, career high batting average, but not the RBIs and the homers. So we need to find somebody who's going to get on base. And you know what? I'm going to actually flip around Devin Travis and Garrett Aker there and see if we can switch these guys for each other and get them moving around. Garrett Aker not growing as much. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up to an 81 overall, so he's up to 77. He's starting to grow a bit more again. 248 batting average for him, and more stats comparing to last year now. 359 at bats. Took him a lot less to do those stats this year. 2 homers, 15 RBIs at 269 batting average for Tommy Wells, who's getting it going as well in 167 at bats. Ken Labine, 12 homers, 52 RBIs. He's going to finish right near what Randal Grichuk had last season. Albert Almora getting it done. And you see, actually, you know what? Maybe putting Almora up there and moving Garrett Aker down to the 9-hole. Luke Maile, he's going. He's galvanizing his team, that's for sure. Juan Kelly, 2 RBIs, and then you got the bench just really not doing much. Well, you see Bo Bichette, 248 batting average. Do we put him back in? It's a tough call. I think we leave him on the bench for now. 77 overall. He's in a platoon role, I believe. Yeah, he's in a platoon role. Nope. Against lefties, no DH. We'll get Bo Bichette in there, and that should get him. He's benched still, whatever. It should get us going. So now Albert Almora, he's happy to be up there, and we just got to get Devon Travis back in the leadoff spot. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in there in the 5-hole, and Chris Bryant in the 3-hole against lefties. See what we can do. It's all got to come down to that, right? And honestly, I would almost hit right there Justin Smoke against lefties, and then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in the 4-hole. Let's try this, see what we can do. Pitching rotation, figure it out. Yeah, the figuring it out, they're not quite doing that. Sean Reed Foley finally a victory on the year though. So it's just a peeing competition at this point to see who's doing worse. Roberto Osuna though, starting to turn around, starting to get close to it. Down to an 88 overall, back to a 91 though. So let's get up to the All-Star game. 4 games set against Washington, or against New York. Chris Bryant, home run, 2 RBIs. There we go. See, that's the positives we want to see. And we win 5-4. That's a huge victory. Lose 8-0. And then the 6-6 game, Chris Bryant again trying to get it done. The Yankees will win that one. Futures game, yes sir. We want to take a look at the Futures roster. And we'll just take a look at what our roster looks like, and that will be good to go. So we will quick manage the game. We want to go, let's go with the World at the Rogers Center this year, eh? Rafael Gomez, well, you can tell he is a Blue Jays prospect for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. Anyone else we might recognize in this pitching rotation? Not a chance, so Rafael Gomez. You got Ramon Santos. Nobody in that rotation, or that lineup I really see. Juan Soto for the Washington Nationals. Heliot Ramos. A couple of names here that are on the top 50 prospects, but you see the big man himself, Ramon Santos, up to a 67 overall, 2 homers, 24 RBIs, 256. 2 years down the road, that guy's going to be in left field for us. Let's get through, lose that one, and we'll stop simulating, see who ends up in the home run derby for us. One last check of the stats. Devon Travis doing it in the leadoff spot, same with Almora. And man, Chris Bryant, all of a sudden, give him some guys to smash in front of, eh? And he gets it going. I'm loving Chris Bryant getting the job done. It's Chris Bryant in the 2-hole against lefties with the DH. And all of a sudden, the top 3 in our lineup getting hot. Looks good, looks very good. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. doing his thing. Tommy Wells still doing his thing. Ken Levine gone cold, but he's got 13 homers. Same with Luke Mailey. It might almost be time to get Reese McGuire back in there to see what he can do. And Garrett Aker just starting to struggle. Guys, that is today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Tyson. This is Dolany TV. I'm just rambling because you know what? It's been a tough season. I will catch you guys as always in the next one. I am up on out of here.